Welcome back to John Bachman Now. A Saudi Arabian man described by a Border Patrol official as a, quote, potential terrorist was arrested in Arizona. He was captured last week after illegally crossing into the U.S. This is yet another reminder that there are more than deadly drugs coming to America through our porous southern border. Here is the suspect. You can see these patches. One of them was an American flag. The other one said Central Oneida County Volunteer Ambulance Corps. When the when CPB called that volunteer ambulance corps, they said they didn't know who this guy was. They don't know how he got this jacket, but the apprehension of this suspect comes as we see this continued surge of illegal immigrants coming into the U.S. Also today, the Washington Post is reporting that the Biden administration's lax and inconsistent border policies, again coming from the Washington Post here, they say these are to blame for the staggering increase in migrant deaths in 2021. At least 650 people have died attempting to cross the border this year, more than any other year since the Internal Organization for Migration began keeping track of this metric back in 2014. For the latest on the border, let's go now to Newsmax border correspondent Jaeson Jones. So Jaeson, a lot of migrants are dying here. We also have this Saudi Arabian man arrested, described as a potential terrorist. This is like worst case scenario stuff.
Yeah, and it just keeps coming, doesn't it? You know, and remember, this is the third that U.S. Customs and Border Protection have apprehended in just 1 year that we know of publicly. And it goes back to why CBP is, you know, really one of the most transparent federal law enforcement agencies out there. But on a much bigger note, with this guy being arrested on last Thursday, and wearing that jacket, it's brought a lot of fears that, you know, there's clear ties to New York. One thing that I would kind of put in perspective here is that when you're working that border, there's a lot of people who donate second-hand clothing to a lot of the migrant camps. So it's very common to see a lot of people crossing illegally between the ports of entry, wearing, you know, local clothing. So I think that's one thing not to get too concerned about right now. The second part of that is that the NYPD Intelligence Bureau is one of the finest in the nation. I've worked very closely with them all over the years, and I can tell you they're going to be working this very closely since that individual's wearing that jacket. But on a much bigger note, it goes back to this unsecure border. It goes back to the national security implications of the Biden policies. Whether it's fentanyl, whether it's, you know, terrorists crossing that southwest border, this is just where we are.
Yeah, well, you know, and we just referenced to that Washington Post article pinning the blame on Joe Biden for all these migrant deaths. And, you know, we know people are willing to die to try and come to this country, but you think about women and children. These are the victims of human smuggling, or the people that subject themselves to human smuggling, searching for a better life. Yeah. And again, you know, if the Biden administration isn't going to care about CPB or the men and women trying to keep the border safe, or anyone in this country, you think they'd care so much about these migrants that they seem to be willing to support. There's a lot of people dying because of their policies.
There really are. And, you know, one thing about this is whether we're talking about terrorists, whether we're talking about these migrants that are being left in the desert from these alien smuggling organizations, the amount of drugs and overdose deaths impacting Americans, all of it across the board is linked to the Mexican cartels, because you're not crossing through that country unless you're paying the peso or the tax. So they're involved in all of these national security issues, but yet we hear nothing about what we're going to do from the federal agencies, the intelligence community, along with the Department of Defense, to focus on them and to change U.S. policies. Now, luckily, at least last week, President Biden did issue an executive order where now he is starting to look at this and acknowledged at least that the cartels are involved. But we need much more, and we need it now, because I got to tell you, I'm very concerned about the October and November numbers that we're seeing. 338,000 apprehended in just 2 months at your southwest border. That's an indicator of what's coming in fiscal year 22, and it doesn't look good.
All right, Jaeson Jones, those are staggering numbers. Keep us posted and stay safe down there on the border. Thanks so much.
Good to be with you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.